I got the base, I got people in the cook, a bit part of diamond, bitch, they sit on my wrist, they said they want sign, they look kid for some cheese, I told them this fuck, I'm already rich, she just asked me if I got a talker for really, I told her I got it, and I just be cutting her belly, I'm taping new diamonds, I told them they turn.
Yo, Hopeless here. Kinda pissed now. I just recorded a whole ass video, and forgot that my mic wasn't on. So, it's just 26 minutes of nothing but silence. How annoying. Gotta do this whole thing again. But, this is another part of what if Naruto was lost? Might as well just get into it. Last time we left off, Naruto had been speaking to Kenny outside of the cabin and warning him of a storm. We now resume said conversation. Naruto would be standing, his back turned towards the view of the mountain, looking towards Kenny. He would be speaking. Let me help you understand. I'm not telling you to tell your people to stay inside. No, I'm warning you. Should you disobey this warning, or ignore it altogether, the consequences will be dire. Kenny would have a scowl on his face by this point, as he would go to speak, only to see Naruto lean back way too far against the railing and fall off of the ledge. Kenny would immediately rush over to see what had happened, only to see that Naruto had disappeared. As Kenny would look absolutely flabbergasted at this development, he would stumble backwards before turning around completely and entering inside to warn his group. With Naruto. Naruto would appear at a tree line near the forest next to the cabin. As he would do so, a voice would call out to him. Naruto would glance towards the voice to see that it was Carver. Carver had a smile on his face, as he would say, "Naruto, you did good. I got your message. Now we've got them cornered, and they've got nowhere to go." Naruto would then reply, "They are cornered, yes. But you must always be wary of a cornered animal. They tend to be the most ferocious when cornered." Carver would smirk. Of course. Let me call Bonnie. We'll send her in for scouting. Do that little voodoo magic thing you do. Naruto would nod before bringing his one hand up in a ram seal, as 4 clones would appear and all jump off into different directions surrounding the cabin. After Carver sent Bonnie to go scout, she had came back with food, saying that they had given it to her. There was a group of at least 12 or more within the cabin. Carver would smile at this information before he would walk towards the cabin, his group of 15 henchmen following behind him. Naruto would vanish and appear upon the roof of the cabin. looking down at a skylight, as he would bring his left hand, to the side, forming a Rasengan immediately within it, and bringing it down into the window, causing it to shatter and all of the glass to fall within the cabin. The glass would hit some people, but not enough to injure them. Everything was superficial, at least. As Kenny would stand under there, looking up towards the window, trying to figure out what had happened, the entire group would hear a loud knock against the doors of the cabin. This put Kenny, Clementine, Luke, and everyone else upon alert, but the three before mentioned would move towards the door with their guns ready. They would see a man with a handlebar mustache, slicked back brown hair with some gray hairs within it, piercing gray eyes, a brown leather jacket with a black shirt under, wearing some dark blue jeans and some brown winter boots. He also had a holster on his side that held a rather old-looking revolver. Luke would immediately be on alert, as he recognized this man as Carver. Clementine and Kenny were both unaware of this, though. Kenny would open the door, as he would say, "Who the hell are you?" Carver would put a fake smile on his face. "You know, a friend of mine mentioned that it's quite rude to ask for someone's name without giving yours first." Kenny would be aggravated at this, but before he could respond, he would be punched in the throat by Carver, causing him to fall back, wheezing and holding onto his throat. This wouldn't knock him out, but it would leave him quite winded. Carver would step over Kenny's body before glancing towards the two shell-shocked people behind him, being Luke, or that were standing behind Kenny, being Luke and Clementine. After he finished stepping over Kenny's body, he would then say, "Round them all up. No one escapes." His 15 men would then enter, guns at the ready, as they would all round up everyone within the cabin. Carver would be pacing back and forth in front of the group, as he would say, "You know, I don't appreciate you taking advantage of my kindness like you did." Sorry for the interruption. Had a call. Anyhow, where was I? Yes. Carver would finish this statement off with a glare towards the group as he would stop pacing in front of them. He would then give a short but sharp whistle, confusing the group in front of him, before Naruto would appear, seemingly out of thin air. Carver would then speak. Make an example of the girl with glasses." Naruto would only nod at this, before walking towards a young girl with glasses. She seemed to be Hispanic in descent. If he remembered correctly, her name was Sarah. The girl's father would immediately try to stand up and stop Naruto, only to be backhanded harshly across the room, to the point sending Naruto backhanded him so hard that he went flying across the room and hitting the opposite wall. Everyone would be terrified at this show of power, as the young girl Sarah would attempt to scoot away, crawl away even, from Naruto, only for Naruto to kick the girl as ridiculously hard in the face, causing her glasses to shatter on impact and her nose to break. Blood would gush out of the girl's face as she had gone unconscious. Everybody would be absolutely mortified at what the man just did. They weren't expecting him to actually do what he did. Kenny, who would have been outraged at this as he had finally recovered from the hit to the throat, he would immediately stand up and charge towards Naruto, only to be hit in the face by the butt of a rifle of one of Carver's henchmen. Carver would then say, "Now, where was I? Oh, right. I don't think you understand the gravity of your situation here, my friends. Not only did you steal supplies that could have been used for my people, but you stole guns. And not only that, you stole my goddamn child." Carver would finish off furiously, glaring towards Rebecca, as she would turn her gaze away in fear, fearing what would happen if she spoke out of turn. Carver would then sigh, bringing his right hand up and pinching the bridge of his nose. You know, this all could have been avoided, but you just had to go and screw it all up, didn't you? No matter. Round him up, get him in the truck. We're going home. Carver would finish off his monologue, as he would then turn towards the door, walking towards it with Naruto following closely behind. The group would be rounded up rather easily and put into the back of the large truck that Carver brought here. Time skip. Naruto would find himself atop a tree branch, looking down on the group that had stopped to use the bathroom before continuing on back to the storehouse, or warehouse, that they were using as a base. As he would sit there and watch, a voice would call out to him, "Hey! Hey!" Naruto would look down to see that it was Clementine calling out to him. Why did you do this? Why did you bring that man to where we were? Naruto wouldn't respond to this question, only turning his gaze back to the rest of the group. A small scowl would appear on the girl's face as she would huff and stomp away. Time skip. Naruto would find himself leaning against the railing of the top of the warehouse as he would overlook the barren wasteland they called home. It would mostly be a gravel-filled area, but there would be small patches of grass every now and again, and he could see the forest that surrounded them. As he would stand there, a voice would clear their throat behind him. Naruto? Carver's called you down to his office. Naruto would glance back towards the woman, before only nodding and vanishing from the place he was in a shunshin of wind. Naruto would find himself standing in front of Carver, as Carver would hold his hand over his heart in fake shock. "Oh, Jesus. You're gonna give me a heart attack one of these days doing that. You gotta stop it." Naruto would smirk.
Getting old already, huh, Bill?
Carver would give a mock glare towards Naruto before a small genuine smile would form upon his face.
Well, enough of that. I've got an assignment for you.
Naruto would nod, as Carver would then say,
I need you to watch that girl. Clementine, I think her name was. She's a crafty one. Crafty ones need to be watched to make sure they're not, well, you know, being crafty.
Naruto would nod at this and said, You got it. Before turning back and heading towards the door of Carver's office. Carver would stop him by saying,
And I know I don't have to tell you this, but do make sure to watch over Rebecca.
Naruto would turn his head to the side, only the side of his face being seen by Carver.
Of course, friend. It'll be done.
Naruto would say before exiting the office. Naruto would be standing outside of the holding area for all of the people that were brought to their little settlement, if you will. Naruto would look over towards a short-haired white man who would be holding a rifle.
Troy, open the gate.
Troy would look towards the boy, seeing that it was Naruto, before stammering out a quick yes.
The reason for Troy's behavior to Naruto at least, would be Naruto had caught Troy attempting to molest a child that they had brought into the group at one point, and Naruto had nearly killed him if it weren't for Carver.
Troy was severely punished after that, and so he never did his nefarious acts again. The gate had now opened during Naruto's little thought process of what he did to Troy. As he would step inside, the gate closing behind him, all of the people that were inside would all look towards him before he would give a fake smile and say,
Hello, prisoners. It would appear that I am your warden for now. I hope we all get along.
Now, this will be the end of this part of What If Naruto Was Lost. I'm sorry if it was ass, because it kinda was. My first part was better, but since it didn't have the audio,